Hey guys, Steve here who took my dice, and welcome to another Monday video. This one is going to be a bit of a showcase for some model I built and painted, and some cool stuff that I'm going to be working on over the next year. Sort of a Slogo Army thing. We'll get to that. First off, I've actually got a bunch of hobbying done. Nothing really for the ultramarine stuff yet, but I have been diving in on some orc stuff. I know, really weird. Orcs. No one. Who does orcs? Who does orcs? Me. I do orcs now. I took an old model that I got way back in my Games Workshop days. Actually, it was in the last video I did. I did a little showcase of it. I've actually got it built, painted up, given it its own special customized like big choppa. So we'll go to that first, and then we'll get to the cool stuff that's coming down the line that I'll be showcasing. So here is my new Orc War Boss in all his glory. This is the old fantasy model I got years ago when I worked at Games Workshop. I painted it up there. You can actually see this cool choppa. This was actually a lot of fun to put together. There's an orc choppa there. There's another one hidden inside there. There's two chaos chainswords that I put on there because why not? And keeping all together, I thought I'd have a little dig at the Imperium there, you know, because knowing me, I hate the Imperium, right? There's actually a banner pole in there with an Imperial Eagle on it. That's sort of the piece that keeps everything together. So this is my War Boss. Yeah, it was a lot of fun just painting up something completely different than what I normally do. I'm really happy if they turned out. I just went for old school green paints there. Just layered it up. A lot of fun though. And I like the fact that he's got some beast hide down there. He's got the fur. Kind of fits in with the whole beast snagga thing that's going on right now. Okay, so next up is the Slogo Army I'm doing for Faith and Damnation. It's a cool little year-long sort of, not a contest, challenge, just a cool way to build up an army as the year goes by. From what I understand, it's going well into 2022. And following up on the video I did about the old world, Warhammer, the old world, this game that Games Workshop is coming out of, to go back to the old world before everything is destroyed, 200 years before the end times. And going along with the fact that I found that old White Dwarf model that had the White Dwarf, Gotrek, and Bugman in it, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna dive back into Warhammer Fantasy, and I'm gonna use this this challenge, I don't know what to call it really, to do that. So I'm gonna be actually doing dwarves and empire together. They were always sort of these staunch allies for a long time. Again, depending on the elector count's particular area and his relationship with the dwarves and all that, but for the most part, they were always good friends. And there's another old model here that I'm going to show you guys. So let's dive down. So here is what I'm starting with. So I have obviously the White Dwarf and his buddies there, and 10 of the Quarrelers, dwarf Quarrelers there, including an old school one right here. I'm gonna have to find a shield for. There are obviously, some of them are on the bases back here. The rest are going on that larger platform that I showed off in the last video. They aren't glued on yet, as I'm going to paint them and then glue them on as I go. Obviously starting with the White Dwarf and his buddies in the middle there. And then, of course, a bunch of Empire Spearmen. Now, there's only 9 there. I need at least 10 for a unit, so I'm digging through my bits box to find one more. But the really cool part is right in the middle there is the old Vulcan model. Now, this is one that came out years and years ago. Vulcan, if you don't know, it was an Empire hero, sort of deemed sort of the second coming of Sigmar before the end times there. And he started off simply as a blacksmith's son, hence this image here, or this model here of him having 2 blacksmith's hammers standing top of a dead beastman. That was sort of his origin story. He was born under a twin-tailed comet. Anything that happened in fantasy that was of any importance always had happened under a twin-tailed comet. It was just sort of the thing, right? His town was assaulted by beastmen, and he picked up 2 hammers and just started smiting them left, right, and center. He could heal wounds. He was a really powerful guy. It's a really old model. I painted it years and years ago, so it's going to be sort of the main unit. I don't know if I'm going to use this Vault or maybe just a warrior priest. It seems to fit for me, being a warrior priest and all that. especially warrior priests seem to have the same sort of thing, 2 hammers, their devotion to Sigmar. So that is what I'm going to be doing with. I'm going to try and do a model a week. Obviously Vulcan and the White Dwarf there are probably going to take up multiple weeks. Perhaps, definitely the White Dwarf and Gotrek and all that. But yeah, so that is going to be sort of the long-term project now. I'm really excited. Just sort of jumping in all these things has really reinvigorated my love of this hobby and just doing fun things with it. A lot of negativity that's been around lately, but I just want to get back into the painting and the playing and having fun and focusing on the fun side of this. So there we have it, guys. That is what's been done and what's going to be done in the next little while. I'm actually also thinking of doing another little series while I'm working on this fantasy project, is taking my war boss, my happy little war boss here, and pitting him against other heroes, whether it be maybe my Eldari Otark, maybe see how he does against the Warlock, obviously some Space Marine captains, chaplains, maybe even some special characters, you know, see how a war boss does against Torius Tellian or any one of those other characters I have, right? And see where that goes from there. Cool little mini battle port, hero versus hero to the end, see who wins. But I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for staying through this. As always, thank you very much for all the support. Please like, share, subscribe. Definitely, I'd love to see the community grow. And as always, keep rolling those dice, guys. We'll see you later.